everyone, this is Rose and Amanda. You know her. She's been in a couple of my videos. My DragonCon vlog, which I'll link below, and also our Sephora Fell vlog. That was really fun.
Yes.
But anyway, we are doing this because Amanda watches YouTube videos not as much as I do, or as much as I does. Is it do? Is it do or do? Okay, do.
As much as I do.
My mind's very cloudy right now, to say the least.
My fault.
I stumbled along a beauty guru who, she also does vlogs and things like that, and what stuck out to me about her was how much of a potty mouth she is, and how she just tells it like it is. Her name is Rachel Whitehurst, and she actually came up with this tag, the Walking Dead tag, and yeah, if you know me well, or even if you don't know me well, you just know me anonymously through like Twitter or YouTube or whatever, then you should know that I love The Walking Dead. I've been reading the comics thanks to her. I'm on book 6 currently, and she's way further along, way past, more schooled in it.
I'm only one issue behind where everybody else should. I'm only missing 2 issues, so.
Okay. And, yeah, I was just thinking, I really want to do this tag, so who should I do it with? And I asked a couple people. I asked a third friend, but she wasn't available tonight, so now it's just me and Amanda. But Rachel Whitehurst, I will link that video down in the description box, and then I will also go back to her video and put this up as a video response for you to find. They call it the Walking Dead tag by Rachel, because her name's Rachel and her boyfriend's name is Chris, I think. So they combine their names together.
So are you Rosanda?
I like to think that I am. I don't feel like I'm going crazy anytime soon or anything. You, Amanda?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Only one favorite. The crossbow, just because of who's behind it. But if I had to pick a second, it would be, of course, the katana.
See, I was gonna say the katana swords would be my ideal weapon, because you never have to worry about running out of bullets, no sounds, and plus you whipping those around just makes you such a badass. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, Michonne's a total badass.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to admit, if I had to be like anybody, I'd want to be like her.
Yeah.
I'd want to be Michonne.
Those katanas, I would totally go with those.
There's one.
I was gonna say there's one that pops up in my head that we actually got to meet at DragonCon. I hate to say, there's a lot of people that died that I'm not cared for.
I mean, okay.
Dale, of
course, has to be. He's going to be a favorite. No matter what.
That I was just referring to.
Because he's a favorite from the show and from the comics, so
yeah.
he's kind of universal.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
now that I'm thinking about, okay, the Oscar.
I really liked Oscar.
And Axel.
Oscar and Axel. Now, Axel was also a favorite from the comics. Totally different guy. They're totally different. But when that was so sad.
That was
right in the middle of his speech.
I know, and I won't forget. We were both sitting here, and it was like boom, we're like, at the same time.
Oscar was a different character. He wasn't actually in the comics, I don't think. Not like you see him there. I mean, there was
a different.
No, it was
there's a different prisoner.
There was Andrew. There was he was the little skinny one.
Yeah, the one.
Then there was
there's a big one. There's a big black guy.
Yeah, the big black guy. I'm trying to remember his name though, but I can't. But I don't think it was Oscar, but I'm going to kick myself for this one because any other time I wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
Because him and the skinny guy were getting it all.
Yeah. I guess mainly, that's all that we can say, because so many people have died that we've not really cared for.
I can honestly say, though, that going back to, like, the first season, I really liked Jackie. I miss Jackie. I'm really glad they brought back her voice on the telephone.
Yeah.
I liked Jim, too, but they just didn't last long enough. T-Dog, though.
Oh, okay, yeah, T-Dog. Okay, I almost forgot about him, T-Dog.
How could you do that to T-Dog?
Yeah.
T-Dog.
Black people just don't last on the show.
It's like, what's the rule? You can only have so many at one time?
I guess. That's a horror movie rule. You know, if you're black, you're going to die. If you're black, you're going to die. If you're black, you're going to die.
Or if you know there's somebody else coming in that's black, you're going to die.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Okay, well, I would say Dale, I would say Oscar, Axel, and T-Dog.
And I think I would have to agree with you.
Okay.
Well, so far on the show, there hasn't been a lot in the way of villains. You only have one major villain, unless you count the zombies.
Yeah, I mean, there's Shane when he was going crazy.
Yeah, he's like the antagonist.
Yeah.
He's the antagonist asshole.
Yeah.
Every group has one. No, they don't have him. His death actually brought relief, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, I was happy that he was dead.
I really think that whole arc was done kind of weird. I just felt like the whole time he was being led on by Laurie, and in a way that kind of was what drove him over the edge. I mean, no offense, my opinion, but I think Laurie like fed that a little bit.
We're not going to be. I'm not going to give the typical answer of zombies, you know, but I guess I would have to go with the governor.
The governor is kicking some ass right now.
I mean, yes, this governor is now sort of working towards the governor that's in the comics. The one that's in the comics is horrible. He is horrific.
Michonne has her moment with him.
He is horrible, like 10 times. The governor of this show, Philip, is like Mr. Rogers in comparison to the governor from the comics.
Well, I think Mr. Rogers is about to turn into somebody else's neighborhood.
Yeah, I think so too. I can sense that he's getting close to...
I think he's... Throughout the entire time, I think he's been on the gradual downward spiral.
Yeah.
And nobody else has noticed it. I think, though, Andrea's finally going to get it. But I think Milton understands what's going on. I think he understands what's happening. You know, and some of the people are starting to understand. But I think, overall, I mean, he's turning into a pretty good villain. I'm just curious as to how long this arc will last and what's going to happen.
2 episodes left. 2 episodes. 2 episodes.
My favorite season, I would have to pick season 1 only because, I mean, it sucks that it was only 6 episodes long, but I love the whole CDC angle. I love their time at the CDC. That was huge. That was very emotional, very action packed, very. I mean, we're talking about so much shit going on, things being thrown around at each other. I mean, they're trying to break out of it, and, it's all this craziness and all this, and some guys telling them, the world is gone, just blow yourselves up. So, and plus season 1, I mean, how can you get any better than Rick waking up in that hotel room and going, what the hell?
In the hospital?
Yeah. Hospital, I'm sorry. Yes, he woke up in the hospital, not the hotel room.
Yeah.
He was shot, not with Hooker.
I'm kind of stuck. Season 2 was great with the whole Sophia thing, even though I felt like that storyline went on way too longer than it needed to. I would say with most of my heart, I would say season 1 is my favorite because it's the introduction. Season 1 also seemed to follow the comics fairly well, or the best at least, right? Yeah.
My only issue with season 1, and I didn't even know I had this issue with season 1 until season 2 came around, was Daryl's progression as a character.
Oh yeah.
In season 1, I mean, it was pretty obvious Daryl was a dick.
Yeah.
But season 2 brought him out. That's the best. That is, in my opinion, the best thing that could have happened in season 2 was they brought Daryl's character. Into the fold. I mean, he was one of them. He became basically I mean, he now is Rick's right-hand man, and you can't love that.
Yeah.
You know, he's a kick-ass guy.
So, I was stuck between season 1 and the current season just because I'm waiting for the big climax explosion that's probably going to maybe happen tonight or tomorrow.
Yes.
But since I can't say that it is, since I don't know how it's going to end, I will have to go with just, season 1.
Yeah, now after this season, we can come back and revisit that question because, I mean, I'm very tempted
anticipating,
to see what's going to happen for that. Stuff with Thangs. Thangs.
It's like we both should automatically pick Thangs since I'll reveal some personal information here. We live in Georgia. We live not that far from Fort Benning, which is what you all heard about.
You can get to Fort Benning in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we live within minutes of Fort Benning, so we're from the area that the
big military
show,
town, big military.
Yeah, that the show is referring to. The first and 2 seasons. I'm gonna have to go with Stuff though, because I know me living here, I would never say Thangs.
Have you ever heard me say it?
No.
Okay.
I've heard people from across the border to that state that's next to us say Thangs.
They say a lot of things.
They say a lot. They say a lot of things.
There's things that are okay over there that aren't okay over here. I'm gonna have to go with Stuff too, I guess. Only because Thang. I just know stuff works.
Yeah.
Favorite location? Well, I'm really big into historical architecture. I love being out in the country. I'd have to say the farm. Okay, I mean that was Herschel's birthright. He was born there. He raised his children there. I mean, he was raised there as a child. I mean that house, I think he said it went back 150 or 160 years.
Yeah.
I'm really big into old historical things. Give me an old house any day over something out in the middle of the city. Country, all that land, any day of the week, I take it.
Yeah. I picked this because I feel like not enough attention was put on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I picked the CDC only because what was that only in 1 episode or 2 episodes?
Well, the interior was technically only in 1 episode, but you saw the outside of it in the 5th episode, and then the 6th episode it was like you inside.
I kind of thought they could have done so much more with it.
Yeah.
I felt kind of shortchanged.
Well,
once I realized,
they really could have extended that particular episode, or really that particular arc altogether, and made it into 2 to 3 episodes.
Yeah.
They did not. That whole season, when it ended at 6 episodes, was kind of a heartbreak.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did it. Don't get me wrong. I know you have to test things, but how could the show not work? How could you only do 6 episodes and leave that as 1 episode?
Yeah.
Of course, it doesn't have to be male, female. Of course, right?
No.
Rick, Daryl. They feed off each other really well. They know what each other's thinking. It doesn't matter.
I thought about that.
They are thinking about it all day. I don't know. I think after Shane's removal, it seemed logical.
Yeah.
Because Daryl was a very strong character. He might not have appeared that way at the beginning. In fact, he appeared to be a complete dick.
Yeah.
But of course, I could expand on that too, but I don't know. He's a strong character. Rick really needs him because Rick's about to, I don't know. You just don't know what's happening with him.
Yeah, with his head.
So I have to say Daryl because Rick's no matter what, he's going to be the head of the pack. So let's put Daryl in there, and then let's say that's the best ship.
I like you know, the dynamic that's between Daryl and Carol.
I believe there can be something to build on.
Yeah, you know, whole Sophia thing. They got so much closer, you know, before, during, and after.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. She just doesn't seem, I mean, given her background with men, you know, I mean, she was married to that asshole.
Really bad background.
Yeah, and then she lost her daughter, you know. I'm not sure that she's going to be capable of handling something like that. Although,
in a relationship,
if there was ever going to be a romance on that show, besides, of course, Maggie and Glenn, then it should be Daryl and Carol.
Yeah. I mean, besides them, I can think of some of others that are unfortunately not on there anymore. But, well, wait, no, I take that back. 2 episodes ago, when they go and they find Morgan, I enjoyed how the dynamic changed between, you know, Rick, Michonne, and Carl at the end of the episode.
Yeah, because Michonne had to get that red-ass cat.
Yeah. I laughed so hard. I laughed so hard when she came back. It was goddamn gorgeous. I laughed so hard when she came back and said that. Like, oh my god, I was like, yay!
It wasn't about Carl, it was about the cat.
She's showing personality, yay!
Yeah.
I would say that 3-way, that sounds weird, but that 3-way, Michonne, Rick, and Carl.
Yeah.
And then
I'm
also,
glad to see that there's some more trust there.
Yeah, and then how, you know, she shared with Rick how, you know, I see dead people too, so they kind of have that commonality. I'm going to be pissed. So a lot of people are going to be pissed.
Well, they're not going to do anything to Michonne. They can't do anything to Michonne. She's a fan favorite. People have been begging for her for how long? They're not going to do anything to her, okay? Plain and simple. They're just not. Black hair with most potential before they died?
I would say T-Dog.
Well, he's the only one that's died.
Well, there's Oscar, there's...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Big T, whatever, the big one, they got killed right away in the
Andrew, yeah.
Well, he was a little punk.
T-Dog, of course.
I got to say I meant T-Dog. Oscar was great, but he was only on there for a couple episodes. T-Dog went through a lot. He went through some crappy stuff through all the seasons. What, his forearm getting sliced open in that highway scene where they're underneath the cars, and... Dealing with Merle to begin with on that roof.
Yeah, and I totally agree, because I said T-Dog too. However, think about this too. Just ponder this moment. We never truly saw Oscar's potential.
Yeah, we didn't, which is true.
I really think that he was capable of so much. He was such a soulful,
smart,
loving, caring, smart individual that he probably could have accomplished something. Yeah. So it's kind of hard to say. I don't really like the fact that we only have 2 people to choose from, basically.
I know.
I mean,
it's great that, you know, the black characters that we have available, Tyrese, Michonne, Morgan, they're great in that they're still alive, by the way.
I don't know. Morgan's kind of off right now. So let's skip him right this second. I love my Morgan, especially in the comics, but he needs to come back down to earth. Andrea. I hate Andrea.
I have to say Andrea and Lori. I'm sorry. They both get on my nerves. Lori, I mean, I know I can't put myself in her shoes of thinking my husband's dead, you know?
Yeah.
That my husband's dead.
No, I will,
you know?
Yeah.
But then start shacking up with his best friend months later. I mean, I think...
Honey, it wasn't even months later, honey. We're talking weeks.
I'm a female. You know, females, we control our sexual... I don't know what the word is. We can turn it on and off.
We control our own sexual metabolism.
There you go. And I think during the zombie apocalypse, sex would be the last thing that I would be thinking of, okay? But if I was thinking of it, contraception. 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 You know? Like...
Here's my problem.
Seriously.
And this is where the comics and the show kind of interfere. In the show, it does make it kind of clear, though, that Lori is told by Shane that her husband is dead.
I know.
In the comics, it is not made that plain or made that clear. So
I know.
We're checking up with him in the comics. No excuse. Okay.
I just don't agree with it altogether. Like,
personally, if I were in that position and it was some apocalypse, my husband's dead, I've got my kid, you know, I'm like, the last thing I'd be thinking about is
his relationship,
screwing his friend.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry, but I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll continue.
But I hate Andrea more. Okay.
Okay, well, my two worst portrayal, well, I have two for the worst portrayal of female characters. One is Lori.
Mm-hmm.
She's always gotten on my nerves in the beginning, with the whole hooking up with Shane. And, you know, I feel like she did try to handle the situation well once she was pregnant and was back with Rick and knowing that he was alive and all that. But still, which is how she sucked at keeping her eye on Carl. The whole second season was, where's Carl? Where's Carl? Carl's not in the house. Where's Carl? And then some of the instances, I can't remember specific ones off the top of my head right now, where she would completely, like, disagree with the smartest decision or the smartest thing for them to do with certain situations. Just because she didn't agree with it, and she would give Rick guilt trip after guilt trip after guilt trip.
That's a bitch.
But yeah, Lori, and then she's still haunting him now. Like, come on, leave him alone, please. If it's not completely all Rick's control, leave him alone. He's been through enough. And then secondly, Andrea, her portrayal disappoints me because her character in the comics completely different. She's such a badass in the comics. She's
such a disappointment.
Yeah, this one, she just thinks with her vagina, basically, and has the most horrible taste in men. She should be like, oh, I want to sleep with him.
The whole idea of her letting Michonne go without her was stupid.
Like, oh, I want
Michonne kept her alive all winter long. And she's just going to cut her loose like that?
Yeah. Oh, I think I want to sleep with this guy. Oh, wait, what could possibly be wrong with him? That's something that she should think of the next time she gets the warms and fuzzies with the dude that she's around. And just believing the wrong people.
Shooting Daryl in the head was bad.
Oh, yeah. Not listening.
Yeah. Because that all stems from just not listening.
Just as women, we all have our own levels of intuition.
They should have let her blow up in the CDC and been done with it.
Yeah.
I mean, they all should have left her there.
Her intuition levels suck. Her fighting skills are great, but her intuition levels about stuff sucks. Which is why I'm so disappointed in her character. I got really excited this past episode with her, you know, trying to break free, get to the prison, and how the governor caught up to her. I still cannot understand, but...
Because she was stupid. She didn't watch her back.
But anyway, my two answers for worst portrayal of a female character.
My number one is Andrea, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah, Andrea's first.
They need to kill Andrea off and bring back her sister.
And Lori would be second. I hated from the first season when they had that whole going for the guns by the tank, and then the gang members like took the guns, and then come to find out, you know, the gang members weren't really gang members.
Oh my God, really? You hated that? I loved that.
I mean,
they were in the nursing home. They were taking care of their man.
I thought it was a sweet idea, you know,
but it didn't fit. I
feel like it didn't fit with the flow of the show, and it was kind of predictable to me. I was like, these aren't gang members. Like, they're hiding something else. They're hiding something else. And then when the old little grandma comes out, I thought it was a nice touch, but it wasn't what I
love
expected.
the whole, I'm going to feed you to my dogs. And then the dogs are like
a
chihuahuas.
Chihuahua, yeah. Like, I thought that was kind of stupid, but that's just my point.
My issue was the whole hunt for Sophia. I'm sorry. That's probably going to cause a lot of problems, but did that really have to go on as long as it did? I mean...
Before you accept reality and realize, hey, the girl is probably...
I mean, I understand that entire usage of episodes was only for the purpose of building Daryl up.
Yeah.
Okay, let's face it, that's all it was for. It was not for Sophia.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that took too damn long. But when that episode launched and she walked out of that barn, wow, is all I can say.
That was a magical moment.
It was truly magical. There's nothing like watching a zombie child walk out of a barn when you think they're still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, there you go. I'm the bitch. I'm the one who hated Sophia. Oh, I'm sure people could guess by now. Daryl and because it's kind of a mix. I mean, I love Glenn. Glenn's he's just classic. I mean, who could not love Glenn?
Mm-hmm.
And Maggie too. But Daryl, I think I'd like him so much because he's not the comics. He's not in the comics. He's his own character.
Yeah.
And he stands alone. He completely stands alone.
Yeah.
But you know what? I love Herschel. I love the little Papa Bear.
Yeah. I think I can pick a male and a female character. Male character, of course, I would say Daryl.
Yeah.
Because I love Norman Reedus.
Mm-hmm. He bit your head. And I'm so jealous because I wish I would have had the guts to let him bite mine.
Yes, he did bite my head. It was an exciting experience. And very, very friendly, too, in person. Seems like a very nice guy.
Next time, it's my head.
Not stuck up at all. He didn't have any, like, security around him or nothing. And I basically just ambushed him and asked for a picture. And I interrupted whatever conversation he was having.
With his,
it was like a group of fanboys or something around him. But yeah, he bit my head, so. But not just because of that. I just like Daryl's character altogether.
He's just fresh and new.
When you see how he started in the first season, he's a completely different person now.
Exactly.
With this third season. He's matured, he's grown, not as closed-minded as... not as closed-minded as he began to see, as Merle, so... He's my definite favorite male character. I would have to pick a favorite female, and that would have to be Michonne.
Oh my God! How could I forget Michonne?
Just because she's a badass.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but any woman that can have 2 pets, which I know there's
both men,
and is one her?
One's her brother. No, excuse me. One's her boyfriend, and one is her boyfriend's best friend.
Okay. Obviously a boyfriend where the relationship probably wasn't healthy. But for you to have the ability, for you to have
It depends on if you read Playboy.
If you have the balls to find 2 people that you despise probably in your life and make them into zombies and have them be their slaves.
No, you're missing this.
Oh my God. That is like the most fabulous thing ever. Because I have a list.
But she loved
a top contender
them.
that I could use.
She loved them.
At some point, yeah.
Yeah. In the comics.
And then her badassness with the katana swords, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
She's just badass altogether.
I mean, Michonne is just Michonne. I mean, there will never be another Michonne.
So, for a female character, it would have to be Michonne.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I have to agree with you on that. But I totally skipped Michonne. Ooh, survival tip. Wow. Don't make noise.
I have a few.
I mean, I like the don't make noise part. That's obviously not the coolest, but it's obviously the most vital.
See, the 2 or 3 I have are very, like, not fun facts. They're, like, realistic facts. One, I would suggest you to not have sex.
Oh my God, please, for the love of God, don't populate.
Don't have sex.
Ugh.
And I don't mean to... I'm not trying to make this political at all. But use contraception. Use contraception.
There's a reason why you should not be giving birth during the zombie apocalypse.
Well, you saw what happened to Lori, so, I mean...
Yeah, but Lori was stupid anyway. But, I mean...
So if you do have to have sex...
Even if you have
practice safe sex.
Or if you don't, be ready to be, like, put into hell. Because those of you who have given birth out there, hello, it is not pleasant.
And then you doing it during the zombie apocalypse without any drug help. Or comfortable beds to lay on with your legs perched on the...
Nurses holding your legs back and everything. I mean...
Yeah, you won't have that.
Yep. Not gonna have it.
What else? I think the first thing I would do would be to break into pharmacies.
Pharmacies are a woman's best friend. I mean, there's so many things.
I would find sleeping pills, painkillers, birth control.
Antibiotics.
There you go.
Just in case you catch something. But, I mean, you need everything that's in a pharmacy. The first place that I would hit up during a zombie apocalypse is a pharmacy. Make sure when you break into a car, it's not one that has an alarm.
The whole maxi pad thing was very unique.
I love the maxi pad thing. I never thought of that.
Absorbing moisture if you're walking in wet areas. Put them in your shoes for extra comfort. If you have any deep wounds, the maxi pad, stick it on there. It will cover it, keep it sanitary, and absorb the blood. The condom trick, too. About how condoms can hold so many hundred times amount its weight, so you can put water in them.
Plus, of course, you can put condoms over the barrels of your gun so that they don't get wet.
To keep things dry. That was another cool survival tip that I've never heard of. And I guess one of my favorites would be... It's a personal favorite from a different movie, Zombieland. I'm combining shows here, but one of the main tips was about cardio. And just stay active.
Stay active.
I'm sorry.
If you can't outrun the zombie, there's no point.
If I was 300 pounds today and a zombie apocalypse started tomorrow, I would start running like a motherfucker. Okay? Like,
you already run like a motherfucker.
Well, I know, but still. Cardio. To be healthy, to be active, so that you're not that person that trips and falls and can't do anything. You gotta be able to outrun those sons of bitches.
Backup weaponry. Always have a knife behind your back.
Zombies cannot run that fast. They can't run faster than someone who's alive. Okay. Unless
you're in the new Dawn of the Dead.
Which I'm not buying that.
I'm not buying that.
But seriously, cardio. That would be my last one.
I have to agree with the cardio. Of course, always carry extra weapons. You never know when you're just gonna drop one. Personally, I'm all about shelter. So find a place that's good shelter. If there's a staircase, destroy it. So that nothing can get at you. All I can say is canned food. I mean, I know it's not fun right now, but you gotta think about it. My husband's a prepper. We got a closet full of canned stew.
That's what it is.
Vegetables, vitamins, whatever you want to think about, we got it.
There you go.
Don't come looking for me. Because I won't feed your sorry asses.
Well, that is the last question of Rachel Whitehurst, or Crew Rachel's Walking Dead tag. Of course, I tag all of you to do it, and if you do, leave it as a video response.
Amorous.
And, yeah, this is it. So, if you have any questions about anything, don't hesitate to ask in a comment or a message below. Amanda, I'm sure you'll be seeing more of her in the future.
I hope so.
And, that is it. This is Rose, and thank you so much for watching this crap. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and you can follow me on Pinterest, Twitter, and Instagram, and all those links are down below. And until next time, I hope you have what was today?
Merry Christmas.
What? It's March.
Happy Halloween.
Well, I guess that would be fitting for this, hopefully. I hope we have a great day.
Easter.
A happy Easter. There you go.
Easter, Palm Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, Passover. Have fun with Passover.
And hopefully you'll be hearing again from me and her soon. And then we'll both wave bye. Bye!